Hey yogis, I'm Courtney from Yoga Body Mind Soul. This video will be a practice for the lower back where we'll be working through yin yoga postures. For this practice, you will need to have at least one block. 2 might be helpful to you, just depending on your body. If you don't have a yoga block at home, no problem. You could grab a couple of books and stack up a small pile so that you have books at about 2 or 3 inches high. So for our first pose, we'll be doing half butterfly pose. This will be a forward folding pose. And you might like to use your blocks or anything else around you, maybe a chair or coffee table, to help support your forward fold. So we'll straighten the right leg out to the side. The left knee will be bent, making sure that the bend in the knee feels pretty comfortable. And then you can bring your blocks out in front of you and help to support yourself as you fold forward. So you want to take a moment to arrive in the pose and adjust anything that you might need. And then make your way into stillness. So in a yin yoga practice, we hold our poses for several minutes. But these are passive holds, so that the effects of the poses move into the tissues and joints of the body. As we stay here, pay attention to your breath. Keeping the breaths full and deep. Begin to slowly lift back up, walking the hands in closer, slowly bringing the spine upright. And then we'll move to the other side, taking the left leg out to the left, right knee will be bent here. If you started with props, you might start with them again. Just feeling out how things are on this side. Letting the left leg, left foot be relaxed, and then slowly making your way into your shape. Trying to be very mindful of any adjustments that you make in the pose. Sometimes we tend to fidget or look for a way to get out. So see if you can be aware if your mind is trying to do that. And decide if you can calm yourself with your breath, or if you do need to move to prevent any agitation or negative mental effect, do so with full awareness. Movement tends to bring the effects of the pose into the muscles. And we're trying to prevent the muscles from taking over. Start to lift the back of the head. Bring the hands back in as you re-support yourself. And then we'll move into our next pose where we'll be laying down on our backs. So you can take one block with you as you lay down for our supported bridge pose. So for bridge pose, we're going to push into the feet and lift the hips, placing our block right underneath the sacrum, a little lower than the lower back. And then let the hips come down to rest on the block. Your arms could be alongside you with the palms turned up. You could take your arms out to the side, reaching them out wide. Or you might even stretch your arms overhead, getting a little more into the upper chest and shoulders. With the hips resting on the block, the lower spine can release here. With every exhale, feel the hips getting heavier into the block. And if your arms were out to the sides or overhead, start to slide them back down. Press into the feet, lift the hips, and remove your block, bringing the lower spine back down to the mat. Just pausing here, letting the body rebalance and find neutral in the spine. And then we'll press into the feet. This time we'll take the hips over toward the right side of the mat. And then extend the legs out so that the heels are over toward the left side of the mat. Reach your arms overhead. You might keep the arms straight, or you might hold on to opposite elbows. But you'll also walk your elbows and the shoulders over to the left side of the mat. You might stay here, keeping the right outer hip rolling down. And if you'd like a little more, you could cross the right ankle over the left ankle. This full body side bend is really great for opening up the line through the right side of the body, especially the line from the hip down to the thigh. If your right ankle was crossed, let's undo the crossing. And then bend the knees, taking the feet back underneath the knees and evening out through the shoulders and the pelvis. The arms can relax as we set up for the second side, first shifting the hips over to the left side of the mat. And then bringing the heels over toward the right side of the mat. Arms will extend up and back so that we can shift the elbows and shoulders, making this crescent moon shape here on the second side to open through the left side body. Maybe crossing the left ankle over the right here. Breathing space all through the left side of the body. We'll undo the left ankle if it was crossed. Bend the knees, taking them back into the mat, middle of the mat. Bringing the shoulders back to center. And then we'll move into Shavasana, our pose for deep relaxation. And if your lower back feels like you could use a little more support, you might take your Shavasana with the knees bent, and the inner knees can fall together with the feet out wide. Otherwise, the legs can be straight. Palms can turn up toward the sky, moving both the body and the mind into a state of relaxation. Your next inhale, start to move your fingers and toes. And then bend your knees one at a time, taking your feet to the mat, and then drawing the knees in toward the chest, maybe rocking side to side. And when you're ready, roll all the way to the right side, pressing yourself up to seated and closing your eyes as you find your seat. Pause here for a moment and feel the effects of your practice. Whatever they might be for you. And to seal in our practice today, we'll reach our arms out and up, Bring the hands together to touch and lower down in front of the forehead. May we think clearly. Inhale. Exhale your hands in front of your mouth. May we speak truthfully. Inhale. And exhale your hands in front of your heart. And may we hold peace in our hearts. From my heart to yours, namaste. Okay, thanks for joining me for this class. If you liked this video, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear about how this class was for you. Look forward to seeing you soon. Namaste.